At live natin mga kasama ngayon ang kampiyon ng WBO Flyweight Division. Good morning and congratulations, Brian Viloria.
Good morning, Howie. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, I thought you would show up at the studio with shades and maybe looking a little puffy, but you don't look like you were hurt at all. Were you hurt? Did you feel like you were hurt at all?
I wasn't hurt in the fight. The fight went, really smooth. This time I'm glad I don't have cuts or any bad bruises that I had to tend to, and thank God that I'm in great shape.
Well, your opponent beat you in a previous fight. Did you think were you in control of this entire fight?
I felt like I was in control of the fight. I don't think I felt like I was out of control at any point in the time. Even the first 2 rounds, which started off pretty slow for me, I felt like I just needed to just set myself and get the pace within the fight and just to feel out my opponent a lot more. So after the last first 2 rounds, I just started to pick it up, and I felt like I was in control the rest of the time.
So was Romero any different from previous fights? Was he? Did it help that you had fought him previously?
He was still elusive, as I remembered the first couple of times I fought him. But I think it felt like he was a little bit slower this time. And
so he's lost a few steps?
I think he lost a few steps.
He is a bit older than you, of course.
Yeah,
he's 36, you're 31, so does that make a big difference?
I think it did make a difference in this fight. At the same time, I'm not taking anything away from me. He was still in great shape. He was still awkward the way I remembered him to be. And but I felt like I became stronger, and the extra few pounds that I put on at this weight division helped me get my power back. So I think that helped me win the fight.
Yeah, did you change anything in your training aside from adding a few pounds? Was there anything that you had to adjust because of what you know about your opponent?
Just getting down to training really hard for each fight. It wasn't nothing different. I just basically kept continuing with the great training I had after the Segura fight. I didn't take too much of a time off in between the layoffs, so I just started concentrating what I had to do in the fight, be aggressive but pick your shots, and just be in shape. That's all I did for this fight.
Any extra motivation for this fight? I mean, or did you treat it like any other fight?
Extra motivation was the revenge factor.
You really felt that?
Yeah, I felt like I needed to redeem myself and get a redemption out of this win, and I felt like that kind of added a little bit more of a motivation for me in my training camp.
How did the home crowd treat you?
It was great. It was great. It's always fun. It's always amazing to feel the crowd behind you and chanting your name. It's the greatest feeling.
I know that you live in LA. You were born in Hawaii, although you have Filipino parents. When you come home to fight here, do you feel that this is a home crowd for you?
Yes, of course. Coming back here, everyone treats you, like their son, and I feel like it's always a warm welcome every time I come back here.
Yeah. So, did you expect a technical knockout?
I expected a stoppage, with the way I was going through the fight, especially after the 3rd and 4th round.
We heard that he was kind of
he was going to the wrong
the
corners.
Yeah, so
I remember one of the rounds I seen him go to the neutral corner, and I was like, I wanted to say, hey, your corner's over there.
When you see your opponent start behaving like that, how does a boxer like you feel?
He's kind of dazed. You know that he's not in his right mind at that point.
Does that ever worry you? Because this is a dangerous sport. You could actually do some permanent damage to somebody.
At the time, though, because they're trying to do damage on you too. So you're trying to protect yourself at the same time, trying to get the fight done and win the fight as early as possible. And I felt like when I seen him go to different corners, I felt like he was out of it already, and I just needed to finish it up.
How was your relationship with him personally? I mean, is there any enmity now? I mean, especially now that you've evened the record.
It's still I still feel that nemesis feeling towards him. We have a long history together, and most of the time it wasn't on the great of terms, but. Now I feel like I redeemed myself. I'm just going to try to move on with my life and continue to grow in the sport and look for bigger fights.
So is that history with him over? You think this is over?
I feel like that.
No 4th fight? You've moved on?
Yeah, I think I'll move on. I think I just needed to prove not only to everyone but to myself that I could bounce back from those losses I had with him. And I feel like right now I think I'm a better fighter.
So you've moved on. Where are you moving on to? Who do you want to fight next?
There's guys like Tyson Marquez, unified a title with WBA. I'm calling him out. And you know,
why him?
it's a really great fight. The way his style is and the way my style is, there's nothing more.
He's a southpaw, right?
Yeah, there's nothing short of just great action. And the way I see it, it's going to be fun for the crowds, the boxing fans, and this is really marketable. You know, the Mexican versus the Filipino war that's being waged on right now is still.
Where would you want to fight?
Anywhere,
the next Mexican.
Anywhere. Most definitely, I hope he's going to be here in the Philippines again.
Would you be willing to fight him in Mexico before his home crowd?
I'm going to have to think about that, but I'll try to see if I can go down to Vegas also, which is the boxing.
Is that considered a neutral ground for you? Or,
yeah.
But you are an American citizen, so in a way it is also your home crowd.
But Las Vegas is the mecca of boxing, you know. So a lot of great fighters go out there to fight, and we'll see where where the deals and the negotiations going to take us.
Okay, so that's your next fight, maybe, but in your more immediate future, is it finally time for your honeymoon?
Yes, it's finally time. The way I promised my wife that I'm going to take her on the honeymoon, and it's about that time to withhold that promise.
What's your wife's name?
Erica.
Erica, and how long have you been married?
We've been married for a year and a half now, almost 2 years in December.
And she's a nurse based in L.A.?
She's a nurse in L.A., Los Angeles, and been a nurse for a long time. And you know, when we got married, I promised her we're going to take a honeymoon, but you know, the Miranda fight came and the Segura fight came, so that kind of pushed it back a long time. And now that it's time for us, after this fight, I told her, I promised we were going to go on a little trip, just me and you, and relax and take a little breather. And then, you know, it's time for me to hold up to that promise now.
So, can you reveal your honeymoon destination? I mean, where are you planning to go?
She made the trips, and, you know, it took us a year and a half for us to plan it. We're going to go to Paris, France, and...
romantic.
Yeah, go to Italy and end up in Rome, and hopefully see the Vatican and all that.
All right, so how long will your fans have to wait before you fight again?
Hopefully not that long. I really want to jump back into the ring again, hopefully around August. June, July, August, or, you know, which is pretty...
You mean training, July, August? Or fight again?
Fighting again, yeah.
In July?
August or September. It all depends.
So it's not a very long break.
No, I don't want to take long breaks.
And it won't be a long honeymoon either, I guess.
No, it won't be.
Okay. I'm sure it's going to be fun.
It will be fun, Javi. I wish you can come along with us.
No. Three's company. Okay. Thank you very much. Brian, the Hawaiian Punch, Viloria.
Thank you.